Is it texture magic?
I can't tell you.
Yeah.
I'll tell you later.
It's
Leah's Bags of Scraps from One Sweet Spring.
okay.
We showed them yesterday. I'll tell you later what she does.
Yeah. Yeah. It's okay. I have clothing that looks like that.
It's a really great freeze frame.
Hello.
Hey, how come the screen is a different color, Chelsea? Did you get tired of black?
Someone else is logged in right now.
I was going to say, we have 3
I'm
viewers.
hoping our video's still going.
Hello, hello.
Because it looks a little frozen, so I'm hoping somebody says it's not frozen. Hi, Robin.
Oh, Robin's here.
Robin made it.
I heard that there was going to be a huge storm going through that part of the States. The New York, Eastern Seaboard sort of area. How you doing down there in Maryland? Is it snowing yet? Yeah, they were saying something like 1.5 meters of snow was forecast.
That's
Oh my goodness.
For that area. Yeah.
Wow.
Well, who closed the schools? Buffalo? Buffalo closed the schools. Are we ready? Tina's here.
Oh, well, we should say where we're from first.
All right, go right ahead. We are the official My Sewing Room 12 Days of Christmas Sewing Christmas Choir.
And we have 2 new members.
We have 2 new members filling in for our absentee members who have boogied off to do other things.
They'll be back.
So when you get that lovely newsletter on Fridays, you can thank our Ashley in marketing.
Hello.
And you've probably seen one of our new floor staff, Maureen. Wave to the people, Maureen. Oh, Robin says there's no snow out there, just cold. Well, we understand cold.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh, yes.
So it sounds like we are good to go.
I think so.
Oh, I keep holding that up.
Should we count ourselves in?
We should. Ready, set, 3, 2, 1.
On the 6th day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 6 cutting rulers, 5 golden threads, 4 meters of fabric, 3 3-yard quilt books, 2 special classes, so I can use my new sewing machine. Woohoo!
Yay!
I think that was the best one yet.
Well, we were bound to get better. We do it often enough.
Yes, we've only done it 6 times with 2 practices.
So yes, 6 cutting rulers.
There is definitely more than 6.
Oh yeah, I went out on the floor to find 6 cutting rulers, and I'm going, no, don't. You already have 6. No, oh, put that one back. Take this one. There are a lot of different cutting rulers out there.
So hard to pick just one.
I know.
Or 6.
I know.
Or 8.
And we need them all.
We sure do.
Okay.
Well-
that's why they're on our Christmas list.
I'm going to head on out and let you
Okay.
get to it, Barb.
Alrighty. Thank you, choir.
Bring in my friends.
No problem. Have a great day, guys.
Oh.
I don't trip on everything on the way
Yes,
out. That would be
it
good.
was not really a challenge to find at least 6 cutting rulers to talk about today, because it's part of our tool inventory that we all need to have out there. So let's make a start. Oh, before I start, isn't that cute fabric in behind me? That is, Chelsea didn't tell me what that is, but it's obviously Valentine's. All the little hearts on these guys. So adorable. So if you really want to get a head start on things, now's the time to snap that sort of thing up. So when we go to cut our 4 meters of fabric, what are we going to use? Well, you're all familiar with the basics. This is probably the most used cutting ruler in the quilting world. And this one happens to be a 6.5 by 24 inch. 24, why? Because that goes nicely across a folded piece of fabric off the bolt. But there are lots of other basic, rectangular, or square rulers. Some of them get to be ridiculous. I got a little guy here. This is a 12.5 square. Can we figure out where that one would come in handy? How about squaring up those 12.5-inch blocks? So, and the rectangular ones, medium size, they get smaller and smaller, small enough that you have to watch your fingers on some of them. Right down to these little square guys. Omnigrid, you should choose a ruler that you like, that you can see through. I happen to like the Omnigrid and the Omnigrid. I don't have any difficulty lining up the spaces on the fabric. Look at this guy. Here's another cute little squaring up ruler, 3.5 inches, like that guy. So yeah, pick one that suits you. Maybe you don't like the yellow lines on your ruler, so we have ones that have white markings on them. Adjust it based on the fabrics you're cutting or the color of your cutting mat. Most of us have the green cutting mat. It works pretty good. I have a green one and I have a gray one. Gray one's handy for cutting those darker fabrics that maybe aren't going to show up on the green. So yeah, basic square rectangular rulers, not a problem. All kinds of shapes and sizes in that way. But what about some of the fun fancy things that I found? Well, let's just begin. Let's start with, okay, we'll start with one of my favorite, all-time favorite rulers is this guy. This is the larger one. Does come in 2 sizes. This is the Hex N More from Jaybird Quilts. This ruler I have used so much because it will make hexagons in 1, 2, 3, 4 different sizes. It will make half hexagons, which are a whole lot easier to piece than a full-size hexagon. Half hexagons. It will make those lovely triangles that you see so much of in quilting now. And again, what have we got here? 1, 2, 3, 4 different sizes. So you have 4, 8. Oh, there's another shape. You can make kites, kite shapes. So the whole shape of the ruler in 4. So let me see, 3 4s are 12. So this one ruler will cut at least 12 different shapes for you. Really, really handy. It comes, which is nice to know, with instructions on how to get those shapes inside there. And of course, if you're a fan of Jaybird Quilts, I just pulled a couple of their patterns off the floor that call for the Hex N More Ruler. So good pattern support. That's something that's really quite important when you're talking about a ruler that kind of looks a little bit unusual. Lots of fun. One of my favorites, a Hex N More Ruler. What else do we might want to cut? Well, let's spin around and check my magic lineup here. Okay. Let's say you like the more traditional things. What can be more traditional than a drunkard's path block? How about a ruler that cuts that curved shape? So this one is a non-slip ruler from Creative Grids. It is called a roundup tool. Eliminate corners on quilts by binding these gentle curves, or cut out 8-inch and 10-inch circles, petals, drunkard's path. I don't know if you can see it on the screen. It's got a petal shape here. So if you want to do applique, we've didn't see the pattern out there right now, but we have had it where you have applique petals, 4, 6, 8. There's the tool that will cut those easily for you. And of course, our traditional drunkard's path in 2 sizes. So that was kind of fun, but that's only 2 sizes of curves. What if I want to do little curves? Omnigrid again. This is the Omniarc Ruler. show it to you on the back side. Even more fun. Look at that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different curves right there that are going to give you a full circle. Well, it's all in how you fold your fabric. So you can fold it in quarters. It also has arc measurements on it. So that's a help as well. So that's going to give you, let's see, handy grooves for cutting circles, finished size 4-inch to 12-inch circles on that one. Now, I didn't grab one because I know everybody's out there familiar with them, but they're recommending the little 28-inch rotary cutter for this. There's even a tinier one now for cutting circles because it's hard to get around a little curve like this one with the big 45mm rotary cutter. But if you like working with circles, you like working with curves, this is a handy ruler to have in your repertoire. I haven't got one. I've got a different circle cutter, but I tend to freeform my circles. Ooh, yeah, which is sometimes why they come out square. So lots of uses for the circular rulers. What else can we cut out with our rulers? Well, let's see. This one, again from Creative Grids. Can we see that? Looks rather similar to the Hex N More. It's a little bit more of a kite shape on that one. Creative Grids, Starburst 30-degree ruler. So, it is, if you look at it this way, picture this as the center. So I'm seeing Dresden plates. I'm seeing, cut that off there, some nice circular mariner's compass style. If you're familiar with, I gave my book to Chelsea, Niedermeyer, some of those really intricately pieced kaleidoscope quilts, there's the guy that's going to help you cut those narrow wedges and piece them into your circular kaleidoscopes. So handy little ruler to have. And of course, all of the rulers come with markings, 1/4-inch markings, seam allowances are marked, sizes are marked. And this one, I didn't take it apart, but creates intricate 12-inch finished blocks with no need for paper templates. Yay! Sew together 12 30-degree triangles to create a complete circle, or use the angles to create a variety of intricate shapes. And it's got a little package in here with, I'm sure, some free patterns in it. That one would be fun to use. What else? Something similar. Again, Creative Grids. There's a 15-degree triangle. Similar idea. If you can picture that around in a circle like this. We don't have any in right now, but if you can picture something like this in large scale, hopefully we'll get some in for making your tree skirts. At this size, wouldn't that make a lovely little candle mat for Christmas? Just pop it down onto your fabric, cut your wedges, and sew them together. You don't have to do the really hard quilt math to figure out your seam allowances on that. So I see Carol's joining us on YouTube today. Hi, Carol. It's nice to see all the comments and have people join us even on a Friday. All right. So I got those. I got them lined up. I thought, oh, but then Chelsea showed me something else. This one, this is so totally fun. Again, from Creative Grids. Hold it right up close there. It's called Scrap Crazy. And this is a 6-inch version. There's a picture of what you can do. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4 rulers designed to cut your scraps and piece together neatly into a perfect 6-inch block. for crazy quilting. Cut 4 pieces to create a crazy patch block that finishes to 6 inches. All of the pieces can be cut from scraps or stack fabrics and cut multiples in a matter of minutes. So if you took, I'd start with 7-inch, stack up some fabric, boom, 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 lay out your rulers, cut all the pieces, and then mix them up. And now you've got a crazy quilt, easily cut, almost a stack and whack or a magic tiles type idea, where you cut through the pieces and then you mix them up so that they all still fit together, but you've got different colors here in each block. So this actually looks like a really, really fun set of rulers. And I'm noticing on a lot of these, like this guy, with a QR code. I'm learning QR codes. See a demo, scan with any QR reader. So they're going to come with pattern support, demos, ways of using all of these fun and fancy rulers. And this was just the beginning. It's too bad we did rulers for 6 on our Christmas sewing routine here, because I can come up with probably 6 more fancy rulers out there on the floor for you to play with. So they're not super expensive. It's a great thing to put on your Christmas list if you're making your list. We should all be making our list by this time. Great little stocking stuffers for a quilter. Maybe something like this just dropped into a stocking. Maybe the crazy patch also dropped into a stocking. That would be fun. How about a nice set of curves like this? There's so many different ways that you can use these rulers that really the sky's the limit. And we know that quilters are nothing if not creative when it comes to using these things. So so that's what I've got for you today. And again, also don't forget that with a lot of these, pattern support is out there. Here's another pattern I didn't show you. We were discussing this. This is Hebe by Jen Kingswell. Very different look on this one. And it has circles within the design. So there's another place to use your arc ruler or your drunkard's path ruler. There's a few varieties of circular rulers out there as well. So, hey, Teresa's saying hi. That's so nice. So that's another pattern. This one's called Hebe because it kind of gives you the heebie-jeebies, we decided. A very different look on this quilt, and a lot you can do with that particular design. So that was just a few that I picked up for you. And what's coming up on our Facebook? Well, as you know, we're only at 6 and there's 12 days of Christmas. So yes, we will be carrying on next week. Not sure exactly what days we'll have our Christmas sewing specials, but don't forget, if you are looking for any of these products, check out our website, check out our online store. And if you're enjoying having a little bit of Christmas fun with us, by all means, like us on Facebook, but tag us on this and that, and hashtag us, and all those other fun things that we do. So, and we're always here for you to drop into the store. Have a look at these. Touchy-feely when it comes to quilting, and we'll be happy to show you. We can even show you a demo in store on some of these rulers. One more thing to tell you about rulers, and I know this is kind of basic for a lot of you because you've been quilting for a while. Did Chelsea leave me? I've got a little time today. She didn't leave me a rotary cutter. Care and feeding of your cutting rulers. Try and keep them safe. Try and keep them hung up on the wall. Put a little hook on the wall and hang your rulers. Pick yourself up a ruler stand that you can keep them safe, because there's nothing worse for your hardwood floor or for your cutting ruler to drop it and take a chip out of the edge. You want those edges to stay nice and clean and clear so that your rotary cutter is going to run neatly along the edge without any wobbles on it. If you also use these rulers to draw, maybe you're designing a pattern and it's a really nice straight edge and it's got good measurements on it, good accurate measurements. So you're using that to draw with, you've got your Sharpie marker out or something like that. Maybe that edge is getting a little soiled. Keep it clean because you don't want that rubbing off onto your fabric when you next go to cut with it. And a good thing to give that a wipe with is those good old sanitizing wipes that are so prevalent these days. Otherwise, a little bit of soap and water, or if it doesn't come up with that, try a bit of rubbing alcohol on that guy. Should be just fine. Keep it safe. And if you have a husband who is putting in new deck boards and he wants them spaced exactly that far apart, each one has to be perfect. So, excuse me, dear, can I use that to measure the distance in my deck boards like this? Please say yes, on the condition that if he breaks it, he buys you a new one. So, cutting rulers for more than just cutting fabric. That's what I've got for you today. Have a great Friday, everybody. Have a great weekend. And join us next week for more of our 12 days of Christmas sewing. Take care, everyone, and we'll talk to you next time.